Coach, welcome to Kathmandu. How has been the build-up for you?
Yeah, thanks, and looking forward for this tournament. But it would have been lovely to come early and have a good camp. But I think with the current situation, we are only few days. We couldn't get enough training because of the weather and the conditions here. But so far, I think we are on track and trying to get things in the short period.
What are your expectations this time?
I mean, of course, we want to win the tournament, and I think we have a great squad. I'm very happy with the youngsters in the group, and then we have right people. I mean, even the foreign players, like they're all pumped up and want to do well. So, looking forward for the tournament.
You have already left your position as Nepal coach long time ago, but still you have been coming here time and again. What exactly do you feel when you land for the first time in Kathmandu?
It's a great feeling. I think from 2011 to 16, I enjoyed every moment. I think Nepal cricket, like I always say, it's in my heart, and especially because of the players that we had, they were really down to earth and worked really hard, and they brought that game in from nowhere into the ODI status. So a lot of credit for all this playing group, and for me to associate with them, it was a really pleasure, and so that feeling always there. And when I meet them, when I see them face to face, is always good feeling. So I always enjoy when I get a small assignment to come to Kathmandu.
Nepali cricket is in a transitional stage right now. Most of the guys whom you looked after have already retired or they are not playing. So we are facing a new Nepali cricket team, a young Nepali cricket team. What goes in your mind when you see these guys playing the way they are right now?
It's I think there's no short of a talent for sure. I mean, even I was watching some of the games in Oman in the live stream, and youngsters coming and performing. They are very talented, but it's just about getting them into the right exposure. Cricket is something have grown into more than talent now. Some years ago, when we play cricket, if you are a good talented player, we get through things. But now it's not the case. Now it's talent is one portion of your progress. There's mental development, the experience, the how to handle this pressure. There's so many factors that a player needs to develop. So that's one of the reasons that I really would like to see Nepal has a good domestic structure. But I think tournaments like EPL and some other T20 Premier Leagues who have is already having Nepal and foreign players coming into that. I think those are the things that should happen in Nepal so that the youngsters will learn from them. I still think it's a long way to go, but one good thing is that there's no short of talent in Nepal.
The national team coach Dave Watmore has resigned, so maybe Nepal is going to have a new coach. So do you think there's a chance that we can see Pubudu back?
I don't know. I mean, it's all up to them. Right now, so I'm just busy with small assignments around few leagues around. One is USA minor league and this EPL here and GT20 Canada. Also, I'm involved in that. I just want to keep me busy because if you I mean, COVID actually has stopped most of the cricket around the world, and I'm a bit lucky to be got involved in these leagues for me to keep going. Don't want to have a long break so that you lose the touch of it. I mean, like once the whole system start rolling, of course I would like to do another country down the line somewhere. I think I still have a few more years to go to make an impact into any country, especially the associate country. So I'll be looking to do some work in associate country somewhere.
Since the time you left USA Cricket, you have been only looking after the clubs, and you have been going around many places to take charge of the clubs only. So what does it feel to be a globetrotting coach?
I think it's a new experience for me, and I learned a lot of things. I mean, even the U.S. league that I was involved, it's a totally different environment from where I was, because it's private owners and franchises, and it's not like handling a country. But I wanted to learn those things and see what are the things that I need to improve, or how I should be doing things to be a better coach. I think cricket is, whether you're a player or a coach, it's always a learning process. But last 2 months I really enjoyed in US, and I'm looking forward really for this tournament. And hopefully, like this year, the GT20 was cancelled because of the situation, but hopefully we will have it in next year. So those tournaments I'm really looking forward. It's kind of I treat that for me as a kind of a learning process in different environment. So it kept me going, and I'm happy how things. I'm basically, it's it was an opportunity for me. I would say in that way, for me to keep going.
You were one of the key men when EPL started as NPL in Dangadi, and since that time, how do you see the growth of this tournament?
I think it's I think a lot of credit for the EPL management, because I'm coming from different part of the world, and I think everybody, especially the associate world, every year I see that the tournament is becoming bigger and bigger. Big players are coming, and I think the world is in such a situation where even the big players are looking for more opportunities, like not only for the money or want to play big tournaments. It's all about getting that experience, getting used to the different conditions, and having a look at different tournaments, and I think EPL has become part of that big setup. So I would say, like, if you take in the associate world, I think EPL may be at the top of the list in Premier League. So I think it's good for Nepal, and I think it's a lot of credit for the people who have organized this.
EPL does bring some recognition to Nepali cricket in a global picture, right? But is it fair for just having 2020 cricket in Nepal? Don't you think that Nepal needs a kind of setup that can involve cricketers throughout the season? I mean, maybe there can be a proper cricket calendar that runs for 6 to 7 months. These sort of things. Do you think that Nepal should seriously think about it?
I think Nepal, I mean, of course, EPL and other Premier Leagues are always good to have it, because one is that players are getting exposure, and then financially and all these things, like it's going to help, especially the local players, and they're going to learn a lot of things. But at the same time, 50 over cricket is a must. Like it's if you want to develop the 50 over version, which is it goes to the whole the financial structure of ICC, and everything is decided in 50 over version. T20 is just part of the World Cup process, but everything is decided on where you stand on the 50 over table. So and also, like if you're looking to develop a player, longer version is the game to play. So I think the players need a lot of 50 over cricket for sure. There's no doubt about that. And I even feel countries like Nepal should have even the longer version, like 2 or 3 day cricket, so that the young. I think there'll be players who want to play that. Some countries are struggling to have to play that version because there's no time. But here I don't see that problem. I think you will have enough players if you have the tournament. Again, it's coming to the domestic structure. I think Nepal need badly a structure, and every other blocks are in place. It's just that players need to get busy for a good 6 months of local cricket. And one of the other best example for me was USA. Like USA also is into so much of T20 cricket, domestic. They have enough cricket, T20 cricket in the US. But then when you watch those, Oman tour, they always like aggressive, and they are in that T20 mode because they're playing. They were not. I don't think they have played any 50-over cricket before coming into Oman for at least for 1 year. So it's hard for the players. I mean, you can't blame the players because that's the only cricket is left, is T20. So yeah, the 50 over is like, I think I would say is a must if you're looking to do well in the future.
What sort of role can a multi-day cricket program can play in the development of a cricketing nation like Nepal?
It's huge because the players' mental development, learning the skills slowly, even for a bowler to work through, how to get a batsman out. In a T20 cricket, you cannot. I mean, we were talking yesterday night about Sri Lanka cricket, and we had a young Praveen, I think Vikramaratne, like he was a young left-arm spinner who came and they put him into the test cricket, and he got 11 wickets in the first test match, and in the series he got a lot of wickets, and then now he's playing T20 cricket. The bowling is different. He's ball. The ball has he was bowling a bit faster than normal. Now that adjustment from Test cricket to T20 cricket and T20 cricket to coming back to Test cricket is not easy. Like, you need experience, so you need to play a lot of cricket. But the game is basically developed when you play the longer version. Your skills are developed when you play the longer version. It's because that the same skill you should be able to play. You have to perform longer in the longer version. So that's how you're going to improve. But in T20 cricket or short version, you just come and you don't have to think too much. You just play your shot. So yes, that's also a development. But then the real development is when you play the longer version. So I feel like I mean, Nepal badly needs to have that. And I understand about USA cricket or Canada or some other places that they don't talk too much about the longer version because that they have a real problem because you don't have time. Their players don't have time to do that because everybody's working. They have work from Monday to Friday, so nobody is going to be interested on playing longer version. So that's a different case. But when it comes to Nepal, I think Nepal has all the attributes to get into that longer version.
So what is the future unless we launch these kind of programs?
What is the future?
What could be a possible future looming if we don't launch these kind of multi-day cricket programs?
Players are going to have to basically take care of them on their own because I mean we can talk about how your Nepal batting order perform and sometimes some people score, sometimes some of the batters are failing. We can talk about all these little errors and stuff, but we haven't really created an opportunity for them to grow.
Talking about your team, Bhairava, how is it set up with some big foreign players in the team?
We are in a good shape. I think two Sri Lankans, Damika Prasad and Pubudu Dassanayake. I mean, they are very friendly. The last few days they were mixing up with the players. I think the local group also very happy how they getting with the team. And Tamim is coming on I think tomorrow. I had a chat with him over the phone with him, and he's really keen to come here because he was having an injury for a longer time, and he's looking for cricket, and so he's looking to score runs and get back to his form. So all these things will work for us better.
So what can the Nepali youngsters expect from them?
I think in our group is already there's a lot of experience being shared, and bowling department and batting department both getting a lot of good vibes and experience and information from these couple of guys who are already here. And I think overall also when you look at it, how they do on-field things, even not from our team only, I think even all the players who are involved in this tournament will learn from all these groups. Like I think there's a lot of experienced players, more than big names. I want to put it in such a way that experienced players are here. So definitely, they're going to. All the teams are going to benefit. All the locals players are going to get benefit.
What can Paira Gladiators fans expect from you in particular?
Um, my role actually, to be honest, I would really, like I said at the beginning, I would have really expected me to be here a bit earlier and have a longer period so that I can actually make a difference in most of these players. But that situation didn't come for lots of reasons. But now my role basically is putting all these things into good place, getting in a good environment and get the best out of everybody that we have in the group. So I'm happy to say that I'm good at that, and we at the moment we're having a fantastic environment in the team, and everybody is hungry. It's just that we are waiting for the tournament to start. I'm confident that we're going to do well in this tournament.
Can you name a few young players who can make the impact for your team, the local players?
Like we already have some, the current national team players. Rohit is in form. Arif and Malla is looking forward for the upcoming season because they also want to get back to the form basically to to show Nepal cricket their form. So it's good for us. And then around that, guys like Pradeep Pairi, Krishna Kaki, Bhuvan, all these guys are who was with me as well in the past in under 19 2012 World Cup. Highly talented. It's just that they couldn't continue their performance to stay in the highest level, but highly talented, of course. So they also there's a lot of points for them to prove. So they are also hungry because of that. And at the same time, we have found some new talent as well. Hoping to introduce one or two youngsters coming into the system. And top of that, there are other experienced players like Hari and Himanshu, and they have played decent cricket, represented Nepal under 19 levels, and of course Hari had played a bit of cricket in England. So it's a great bunch of guys, and it's just that I need to put everything into places to get for them to perform.
Bhairava have not won this tournament as they were knocked out of the final in the last two editions. The franchise brought you in and must have a lot of expectations from you. Is it a pressure kind of situation for you as well?
Not pressure. I really appreciate that the Byron Gladiators for giving me this opportunity, and I'm confident from my side that I'm going to get the best out of this team. So let's see where the results are going to be. But this group is going to be at the best throughout this tournament till the end. And if somebody wants to beat us, they need to be better than us on that day. But we are not going to let anyone win just because that we don't play good cricket. We're going to play throughout high quality game. And if somebody wants to be on top of us, they need to be playing better cricket.
Do you think you have a very good fast bowling unit?
Yeah, we do. That's why one of the reasons that we wanted Kamika Prasad to be here, because he even though he's retired just now last year or this year, I think, he's still in very good shape. He played one of the senior leagues that just happened in India a few months ago. And Sri Lanka won that tournament, and he was bowling really well. And he's very skillful. And on top of that, he's a guy who can guide the other fast bowlers, and a lot of knowledge about the game. So that's why we wanted to have him, and I'm sure the youngsters like Kaki and Avinash Bora, we have another couple of fast bowlers, newcomers in the group. They all are going to get benefited. We always we had started talking about the experience and some of these game planning, and the guys are enjoying it. I'm sure they're going to learn a lot from Prasad and throughout this tournament.
Finally, is there anything that you want to tell the Nepali cricket supporters who have been well aware about your presence in Nepal?
No, I'm always, even in the social media, people are sending me a lot of messages. So I'm really happy to be here in Nepal and looking forward for these tournaments. I'm glad that I think the fans are allowed to watch that tournament. So surely there'll be a lot of people will be coming in onto the ground, and we want Nepal fans to support Bhairava Gladiators. So. And for us to have a good tournament.
Thank you, coach.
आज तपाईहरुको सपना साँच्चै पूरा भयो
हो छोरी अब हाम्रो सपना पूरा भयो
उच्च सोचको निर्माण सगरमाथा सिमेन्ट जुनीलाई